Hello and welcome to this video where I'll show you how to use the green screen to achieve certain effects when you're either making a video lecture or you're teaching live. One of the problems that teachers have expressed is this. Their rooms are small. The space where they are shooting their video is small. It has got so many objects and therefore they're getting frustrated in a rearrangement of the room. You actually don't need to do that. For instance, in this particular setup, I have deliberately included several objects which students don't need to see. There is my Zoom H6 can be seen here. Part of my laptop can be seen over there. There is a webcam I'm using here, the microphone, the stand for my webcam. All these are objects which might distract your students when you are teaching or your viewer, and you might want to put them away. But there are certain objects which you definitely can't afford to put away, because if you put them away, then either they will be too far and the effect can't be good. One of them is the microphone. I can't afford to have this microphone very far from me. But at the same time, I have the problem. I don't want it to distract my students. So what do? Now, this is where the green screen comes in. This video, I'm shooting it with using a green screen. Most of the time when people hear about the green screen, they only think about the background, but it can be used to achieve more than that. For instance, I have part of the green screen that I've used here to light my studio. This part of the green screen. I'm showing you that part which is not entirely green. Observe what happens when I show you the part which is entirely green. See that? It makes part of my image to be completely transparent, so I can't be seen. So this is what I'll do with this simple material. I'll just make a card out of it, put a stand, and then mount it in front of my microphone. You can see my microphone has disappeared. And now it has disappeared from the frame of the video, but it is still there. Any other object, like for example, my Zoom H6, I'll simply maybe cover it up like that. All I need is just a bit of masking tape, and I should know how to go about covering various objects. Part of my laptop can be seen there, and that is the part where I'll put that material just around the laptop, like that. And now the students cannot be able to see my laptop. Remember, I'm doing this one roughly, but if you're careful, you will be able to put it in such a way that it's only the green part of the green screen that can be seen there. And you can see the laptop is completely hidden away from the video frame or from my frame. The students will not be able to see it. Right now, I'm shooting this video in my living room. It's at night. I'm right inside the house, but you can see it's as if it is the daytime and that I'm just seated next to the wall of my house. This is the magic of using the green screen. What I did, I just took a photograph of that wall that you can see over there. During the day, when the sun is bright, I took that photograph, and then now I can use it as my background. So I can be able to use any background I want. Anything within your screen can be, within your video, can be covered. Take, for example, this stand which is used to support this webcam. I can get a strip of green material, and then I'll put it using a masking tape over there. And you can see as soon as I put it there, the stand disappears. Let me remove it so that you can see. You can see the stand. I put the part of the green screen and it disappears. When it comes to this webcam here, I usually use this webcam, especially when I'm using the Zoom to teach, because I usually use two cameras. One of them is the professional DSLR camera over there. The other one is the webcam. I use the webcam to look at my whiteboard or rather, when I want my students to see my whiteboard so that I can carry out a demonstration, I can write on the whiteboard, because as a teacher who has been trained for a long time on how to write with my hand on either the blackboard or the whiteboard, I really find it a little bit of a challenge when I want to write with something else. So I simply want to write with a whiteboard. So this is what I do. I focus that webcam on my whiteboard, and my students can be able to see exactly what I write there. But as I write, I do not want them to see this webcam. So what do? You have guessed it. I'll simply get part of this green screen and cover my camera with it. And you can see my camera disappears from sight. If I remove it, it can be seen. Now it can't be seen. So I'll be using that camera over there. Students won't be able to see it, but it serves me quite well. Now, one other thing, you must be very careful when you're using that trick, because one of the rules, I really don't know how I can solve this, but I think it is advisable to avoid wearing green colored clothing. Why? Watch this. This is part of the large green screen. I have it here. Let's assume I cover myself with it. I cover everything with this green screen. See that? So the students will only be able to see my hands and my head. They cannot be able to see me unless I want to demonstrate a certain effect, something like that. Or maybe I want to teach my students, but I don't want them to see me. There. Of course, which is quite odd. You want your students to always be able to see you. So, I have found out that if you want this green screen to come out very well in a video, of course you will avoid putting on green. Black blends very well with the green screen. You can be able to see that the black color I'm using for my jacket there comes out very, very well. So black with green blends very, very well as other colors. The only color you want to avoid is green or any shade of green. For instance, this is my tablet, my graphics tablet. This other side is green, but it's got a different type shade of green. You see what happens when I turn it the other way around? It still has an effect. So if that color has some green in it, you want to avoid it if you don't want that object to completely disappear. That is, you want to use it in your demonstration. So I can be able to clean this room with a video that I will make, or when I'm teaching online, so that students are not able to see anything in this room, including part of my seat here. I don't want them to see that I'm in the house, so I'll get a green screen and cover that seat completely, like that, using a larger green screen, and the seat disappears. So if you have a small room and it's crowded with a lot of furniture, realize that you could remove all that furniture just by covering them with a green material, including your seat. Even this seat that I'm sitting on right now, if I cover it with a green screen or with the green material, it will disappear and you'll just be able to see just that blank wall over there. That one is the power of using the green screen. It can actually be able to make your video to be very neat, or you can bring in certain objects which you want students to see and remove them at will if you do not want them to see that object at all. And I've given the idea of the microphone. The microphone is going to distract my students. So I usually get a card which is a stiff card, then it's got a stand, then I just put it in front of this microphone, okay, in such a way that it doesn't produce any reflections of sound, therefore distorting the sound that is recorded in the video. And that is how you can be able to use the green screen to achieve certain effects, such as cleaning your video so that your viewers see a clean video of whatever you are shooting, although within the same scene there were objects, but you deliberately removed them for certain purposes.